Alright. Let's get going. And wait, that. So before I started this, because I need something to talk about, I had the idea that, I'll check and see if something I want to get is on sale. And I was lucky it actually was. I was right, this does start chapter 3. So then I maybe don't want to talk. No, it's fine. I use a specific pair of headphones that are really good, but they have one issue to them. Yeah, I'll let this go.
I don't believe it! Dust? Dust, is that you, mate?
Augustin? Oh, what are you doing all the way out here?
Why, I'm heeding the call of grand adventure, venturing forth to seek my fortune in the wilds of this great, untamed wilderness. Actually, Cora asked me to show her the way to some old meadow.
The Sorrowing Meadow.
Right, that's it. Never was straight with names and faces and words.
Did she say why she wanted to come here? This place is pretty bleak.
Nope, just asked me to show her the way. Soon as she wandered into the meadow, this crazy magic barrier showed up. Right inconvenience, that is.
Looks like we're not getting up these mountains, then. You say Cora just wandered off into the meadow?
She may not look it, but she's a speedy little bugger.
Right. Well, we'd better go look for her. This meadow isn't safe. Augustin, if you're not going to go back to Aurora, you'd better wait here.
Way ahead of you, mate. I wait around better than anyone. Good luck out there.
Okay, so as I was saying, the headphones I use, they are the costs for AAA titaniums, which are good headphones for sound quality and such. It's just they're not particularly comfortable. At least not for using them for a long time, like for a full hour or more. But I like costs for a couple reasons. One is these are actually studio headphones, so I don't have to worry about it misrepresenting the audio. Like some headphones today, like gaming headphones, for example, they will emphasize the bass a lot, and it's like, that's not what the people that designed any of the sounds in a game or anything else actually, are intending. If they wanted the bass higher, they would just tune that up higher. They wouldn't be expecting you to just basically do it yourself. That's not appropriate. Like I like having just clear, this is what was intended sound. So video and so forth. But anyway, Koss makes a lot of studio headphones, and their newest, it's from 2015. They don't necessarily update that often for the studio headphones, but when you just have a well-designed part, why do you need to? Oh yeah, I remember these things. They explode. Which is why I'm trying to kill it at distance. See? Come on. There we go. But yeah, the Koss Pro 4S, they use a different material for the ear cups. Because this is like a plastic on the outside. The Pro 4S, it's something else that's more comfortable. Memory foam inside, which that's sort of a whatever. These are technically the second titaniums I got, because the first one's the material actually decayed from the sweat, which is not good. But fortunately, Koss is a company that they back their products with a lifetime limited warranty. Basically, and it's a no questions asked warranty as well. So long as you have the right to ask for the warranty, which is that you purchase the headphones, you can send them in, give them, I think it's a check for $8, basically shipping, and they will repair or replace. And it's simple as that. And I had to do that with the original headphones, and no problem. Worked fine. Oh, shit. Okay. And I'm still on fire. Alright, let me... That's... Well, I just saw before starting this that the Pro 4S I could get at Amazon for about 90 instead of the 146 they normally are. So I quickly grabbed that. Ooh, nice. And the fact that I had $75 in gift cards from Christmas was nice. And I also, shortly before Christmas actually, I published a book, but because of how I did it, I don't have a proof copy. Didn't have a physical copy of it yet. So I decided to throw that on there as well. So it's like, yay, these are two things that I both wanted, and I was able to get them for a total of about $13, because I also used some cash back that you can apply. Just really nice to be able to do that. Oh yeah, I sort of remember this thing exists.
It's hideous!
We've come this far.
So, because I went for the free shipping, I don't need this stuff right away. I gotta wait a week or two, but it's awesome to get this stuff. Especially the headphones. That's gonna make some of this a lot easier. Like, doing the stream again, doing more streaming, it's gonna make it a lot more easier, a lot more comfortable. Because, I mean, there was an entire chapter of Dead Space, because that's basically all I did in that stream, that there was no mic because I had to take the headphones off. They had gotten that uncomfortable after the hours of use. Just definitely was nice. Yeah, so the Pro 4S, they are lighter, designed to be more comfortable than what I currently have. And what I currently have will still work. I don't know what I'm going to do. In theory, I could like sell them, but I don't think I will do that. I think I'll hang on to them. Or maybe give them, my dad, I'm sure, would enjoy them. Probably also be willing to buy them for even just a little bit. It's like $20 and I'd make money off of this. I don't know if I'll do that. My brother too, although I don't know if he'd appreciate them that much. And I don't mean like he wouldn't appreciate them, but just that, my dad understands, like, oh yeah, this is studio quality, so it's got a flat response curve. My brother, I don't think would care. I actually, was looking at reviews for the Pro 4S, and it was kind of funny. One of them was somebody saying that, yeah, I bought these because they looked at a good price. I didn't realize that they are studio, so you know they're very flat sounding. But you know, if that's what you're looking for, they sound great. But they are so damn comfortable. It's like the person was talking about how they are unbelievably comfortable. It's like, yes, that's what I need. That's what I want. And studio. I mean, I know some people would probably think it's weird, but I like just trying to get more professional, more specialized for a lot of the stuff I have. Like, why I went for... Because it costs about the same as the Blue Yeti. Why I went for the microphone and audio interface instead of everything together, which is what the Blue Yeti is, or any USB mic is. It's like, because this gives me technically higher quality. Don't actually know if it is. It's not a very expensive microphone, but it's a setup that I could... that it gets me closer to being able to, can I? Sure, wait, is that seriously made from junk? Closer to what professionals would use, and I don't know if it would ever happen, but it would be nice if I could, neat, get to do some of this stuff in a professional environment. Which could even just mean I get a job at one of the any number of places that also do video game reviews, because I certainly do a number of those. Because some of those places also do video reviews, or at least podcasts and such, so, you know, is appropriate. Yeah, I don't know. But also with my, some of my cold weather gear. My actual winter jacket is actually a hunting jacket. And I have very good, I think it's good anyway, specific reasoning for that. Hunters are out in the morning when it is not only cold, but damp. So this stuff is warm and waterproof. It also has a lot of pockets, which not many people may care that much about, but it's just, this is meant for conditions I will not find myself in that are more averse than just normal. So, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Then also actually having a physical copy of the book is going to be nice. Because that means, you know, I can put it on the shelf next to the others. Yeah, I decided to publish it differently. Previously I'd used CreateSpace, but this time I decided, you know what? It's a shorter book. Instead of going through all that, I will try doing... can I talk to him to any benefit?
Hello again.
No.
Your trans...
Instead of doing it through CreateSpace, which Amazon bought however long ago, I did it through the Kindle Developer Program because they were rolling some features in there. Can't order... Just realize that's tilted. There. You can't order a proof copy that way. You can through CreateSpace. So it's like, well, this will be my proof copy, even though it's really not. It's just normal print copy. But works for me still.
I think it was crazy, old Cora, actually.
Yes, I remember you now. What are you doing all the way out here? These meadows are dangerous.
Bah! I've known these meadows since I was young. There's not a creature here that could harm me.
I'm sensing some delusions of grandeur here.
There is something odd about this part of the meadow. Almost as if the creatures are avoiding it.
If that's the case, then you should be safe if you stay here, Cora.
Well, that's impossible, my dear. I'm not here to sightsee. I have a task to complete, and I will not be leaving until it is done.
Crazy.
You really shouldn't be wandering around here. What is it you need to do? Maybe I can help.
Oh, I couldn't dare impose. It's a dangerous path, and you've done so much for Aurora. I'd hate to ask more of you.
No, it's all right. We're searching for the lord of this estate. I've been told he can help me. Perhaps while we're searching for him, we can find whatever it is you're looking for?
Really, then? Well, then our goals are aligned, my dear boy. If you do truly wish to speak with the owner of this estate, then you will need to help me.
What is it you need?
There are 4 mansions in these meadows. Within each mansion is an item of great personal importance to me and the master of the estate. Take this green resonance gem, my dear. You can use it to travel around these meadows much quicker.
Yay, I can go through the barrier beneath.
Just, I'm still not too comfortable leaving an old lady here in the middle of nowhere.
Neither am I, Fidget, but she seems to know what she's doing.
Yeah, but do you?
Is that it, Cora? 4 items, 4 mansions? Honestly, sounds pretty simple if you ask me.
sakes, my boy. I hope you're right.
What's that mean? Why'd you have to say it like that?
I'm just...
Please.
Okay. Wasn't sure if there was anything else there. Something else I've done that I can talk about. I, a while ago, set it up so that... Because I use batch files for controlling all of the video processing. And also some of the audio processing. Not all. I can't do that with all, because some of the stuff needs to be done in Audacity. Okay. But, I figured out how to set it up so it would run them in a sequence. The reason for doing that is so that there isn't any wasted time between one finishing and the next one starting. Yay, wall chickens. Well, I decided, it's also suggested by my dad, maybe try this, because the filters I use are single-threaded, but the encoder X264 is multi-threaded. Which is kind of nice, because even though it means that the processing doesn't get to go very fast, I can set the encoder to the very slow preset, so one of the more efficient presets, so it'll look the best at any given bitrate. Well, I decided to investigate if I could have it run more than one processing instance. And the answer is yes. Instead of just calling the batch files, I can tell it to start a new command prompt, essentially, and run the batch files in there, and it worked. I can only do 2 at a time. 3 seem to be too much. Even with the 1950X, it's still at 3. It must be then, okay, now the encoder is actually, bottlenecking something there. So it's not just, I'm not just exploiting the fact that the filters are a bottleneck. But, and it wasn't completely faster. I think, shit. Would you guys... shit. Come on. There we go. Oh! See, now that sort of explains... I need to kill this guy. How do I... Okay, I guess that it's basically a fidget has to do. Okay, good. I can't get hit by that thing. Yeah, so doing 1 at a time, I get like 13% speed, which is not very fast. No, but it's still not too bad. On my other options, the old computer or my laptop, it's more like 10% speed, and that's at the medium preset. So that would take like 1 hour, it's gonna go to about 10 hours. When I did it last night for 2 videos, it took more like 11-12 hours, but again, both videos were, the 2 videos it did together were about an hour long each, so yeah, then it's not quite at 10% speed. It's a little bit slower, but it was also 2 videos, so it's like, it looks like that's a good balance. So yeah. Now, one was also one of these though, Dust, where I'm only doing the 1 overlay. So that if I were to do 2 of the Dark Souls. Almost said Dead Souls, and that's not right. Though now I'm just thinking, imagine crossing Dead Space and Dark Souls. That would be an interesting game. And probably one I'd go insane playing. Why does it look like I'm actually regenerating health? Because I am. Okay, cool. Because that has more overlays and just more to do for other reasons. Well, relating to that, like, oh, this is gonna be fun. Well, hang on. I should head up here, Eddie. Shit. I didn't mean to fall down, but there was that other wall over there that I would have liked to have caught. Okay, so I mean, obviously there's going to be a way to get over there. Come on. Alright. Ah! Good. But yeah, so I had 3 videos to do. I did 2 of them last night, so this gives me a second one to do with the other. So it should work out. Alright, now what is it that I will get here? Well, I get the glove here? I don't remember. But I'm pretty, I have to get the glove, is what I'm thinking. Oh, completely missed that. Was that to grab?
Dust, that being exists in a place that I cannot reach. Run!
Alright, good. So you know what's helpful to remember? Is that the game does not like being recorded when you have it overclocked to 4 gigahertz. Well, nothing really likes being recorded, although it did have that problem so much the other day. But yeah, it just hard locked because I forgot that to bump the overclock back down to 3.7. Fortunately, not that far back. Just need to restart, and I will need to do a little bit of work to make the recordings usable. It actually isn't that bad though. It's basically just need to tell it to remake the MKV, copying all the stream data, because that's how that is. MKV is crash resilient. MP4 is not. So it's just a yeah, do it over. Come on. There we go.
Is it gone?
I think so.
Yeah, I can just rebuild the MKVs and use them. So that'll be fun.
Explaining yourself. I can't take any more of this.
Iron grip. Okay, so see. And I'm just Okay. I guess I just learned Iron Grip. It's not like I actually got gloves or something to do it. Which would make sense. But yeah, so recovering the first 20 minutes is gonna be easy. That's not an issue at all. I just need to remember to actually do it. Which will be very easy because the files are already in the folder. Come on. And he does eventually slide down, actually. Oh, I thought he did. I can hit the button and have him slide down. Hit down and he will slide down. I thought that he just slid down on his own. You know what? This might work. Alright, there. Let's do that. Make myself more resilient. Okay. Oh, yeah. Alright. So we got a warp there. Yeah, let's... It can just be easier to come back later because that means I know I have everything. But then also this is, you know, it's like, hey, you're right here, might as well. Can I ignore you? Damn it, that was my fault. Doing it from this view is better. Wait a minute. I didn't realize I had the stone thing. That is not better. Alright. Come on. There. Trying to remember what happens as far as the story goes here. I think it might be something along the lines of that Ghost is actually Cora's husband, who is the Baron, but also that he's been fractured, as has the mansion. That it's this just something happened, and so the ghosts are actually fractured parts of him, and that's why there's one in each mansion. I don't perfectly remember. I just think it's something like that. There's got to be another solution here. Which is probably the reason why I do think that there is eventually you just learn how to break that stuff without needing anything special. Without needing the bomb plates. Alright. I'm just trying to remember. I think there's 6 chapters in this game. But it's actually chapter 5 is the last one, but then there's like the epilogue. Final boss fight is separate. Don't completely remember. And this is chapter 3, so I'm gonna be getting. I have to decide what I do after this for gaze tracking. I know I've got ideas for some things I could do. One of them would take a lot of work, and I'm not going to do that opposite, at least not opposite Dark Souls, because it's just not the easiest game for me to enjoy playing. I could do it opposite Metro, I think. I think I'd be comfortable doing that. But that's gonna be in quite a while. See, I don't know. But I do need to figure that out. And let's. You know what? Hang on. There. I don't remember what this is dropping. This area is dropping. And I need more water. Ah, that's much better. Ah. I don't like those things. No, that's the way I came in. Come on. There. I just remembered something I talk about. But that's a Dark Souls thing, so I should leave it for Dark Souls. That's not what I wanted to do. That's all I wanted to do. It's just... And something annoying is I might accidentally be resetting its health when I was popping out. There. With how much I am, well, no, let's boost the health. Just there's enough stuff that is doing damage to me, and that I can expect to do damage to me that I take too long to kill. Getting that boost to health, I think, is going to be more advantageous than anything else. Alright, nothing interesting over here. Well, except for the thing I need, but... I don't know if this will quite work. Oh, it will. I know horizontally there's a limit. Like, if you can't see it, it won't be pulled, but wasn't sure about vertically. Need to crack my that up. I'm feeling tired, so I'm not going to talk so much at this point, I think. I mean, I was tired when I started doing this, but I decided, no, I want to have a recording. Because I was too busy during the day to record anything earlier. That was my fault. It's kind of hard to see where anything is. Oh, cool. Hang on. I want to successfully complete a 1,000 plus hit combo. Yay! I didn't realize I had achieved that, which isn't that also a quest? Yeah. So I can tune that in later. I just don't feel like going down yet. I mean, especially since there is apparently a treasure somewhere. That's all. So, okay. And one thing I noticed about being able to get these high combos is that I think that also increases the amount of experience I get. I have no idea where I'm going. Apparently over here. But first I just want to... Yeah, so I wasn't here yet, because I would have killed these guys. That's what I was hoping to find. I like this lock setup here, because it's just, it's nice and simple. It's not the wonky, you have to slide around in a circle, try to find the right spot, and then click there. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's not like that. Which does get annoying, especially when it's sometimes just guesswork, and also you have limited numbers of lockpicks. So it's like Skyrim's and Fallout, the Elder Scrolls and Fallout are definitely like that, where it's you just have to keep trying until you get it. But Thief, which I haven't played for a while, at some point I want to go back to it though, because when I at first played it, that's the newer Thief though, to be clear. It had some stutter issues for me. I played at release though, so by now a lot of that should be fixed, if only because I have a much more powerful computer now. Yeah, I remember that. That's an interesting game, in part because of the technology there, because that was the first game with AMD's Contact Hardening Shadows, which was basically the shadows would be harder or softer depending on the distance they are from, depending on the distance from what is casting it and the distance from the light source. So, like, something actually very significant for making it look better. And it was later that NVIDIA, I don't remember how much later, that NVIDIA put out their percentage closer soft shadows, which is same idea. Their techniques are a bit different with, because like in a GTA 5 you can actually use either. And it was definitely interesting to look at those, because it almost looked to me like there was just a weird optimization issue almost, causing PCSS to look better than CHS. And by that I mean there was like a box that CHS would look good in, and you could see the boundaries of this box because outside it looked worse. But that box also existed for PCS. It just wasn't it wasn't as apparent. So it was like, could this not be done better? I don't know. I do remember though that, because shadows have long been something that you need very powerful hardware to actually be capable of doing at high settings, and so a lot of people they will just, and I even saw recommendations basically saying, yeah, just go for the soft shadows in general. So all the shadows are soft, not this special algorithmic softening. I don't know how many games are using either technology at this point though, so I don't know if we may end up seeing them. I've got no idea where this last secret is. Oh, okay, that's just a folding. Man, I want to find it before I go. are using either, so I don't know how much development there is. But yeah, I mean, we'll just have to see how that develops. Because I remember ambient occlusion has been something that has been like that very, very hard on well, any hardware, not just, it's not like it's limited to GPUs, because of just the work involved is not trivial, it's not easy. Today, though, it really doesn't seem, at least for me, I've never really felt like it's been that horrible an impact. Okay, so that's that way out going up. Curious. I don't know where this last thing is. Okay, let me try that. Just make a guess, like, you know, maybe there's back here. Nope, not this one. Down there. Okay, there isn't. Maybe there was a hidden path there that I could slide through. But anyway, yeah, ambient occlusion, it definitely can improve the look of a game. And it, you know, for a long time was very hard on systems. I want to say Crysis was actually one of the first games to have it, and well, Crysis also is very poorly optimized in many ways. But part of that, like, you know, for ambient occlusion, yeah, it was the first time it was done, so it's going to not be very well optimized. But today you've got so many different options for how you do it, like SSAO, screen space ambient occlusion, which is sort of brute force, I want to say. It's the least efficient of them. There. And then there's HBAO, Horizon-Based Ambient Occlusion. HBAO Plus, which that was introduced in Splinter Cell Blacklist, which its algorithm, both SSAO traditionally and HBAO, in order to save on performance, the performance hit, save on resources, would actually basically only render half resolution shadow. Well, really quarter. So instead of it being like 1920 by 1080, it would be 960 by 540. That would be the size of the shadow map, much smaller. And then it would just scale it up. Which, hey, you know, it worked. But HBAO Plus is actually efficient enough that it allows it to go to actually the full resolution. I think there's also something SSAO Plus that will also go to the full resolution. So I've never experienced a performance hit from HBAO Plus being that hard. But that's the NVIDIA option. It works on AMD, as I recall. But it is the NVIDIA option. The more or less AMD option, but technically isn't. It's like AMD's supportive of it, encourages it, but I don't think they directly developed it. They may have worked on it. They may have worked with developing it, but it's not an AMD exclusive technology. It's HDAO. And I don't remember if that actually does stand for high definition ambient occlusion or if it's stands for something else. Because it could just stand for something else. Come on. Alright. Yeah, interesting technologies. And maybe we will see something like that end up happening with the intelligently hardened and softened shadows. Where it's just we get to the point where the systems work better, are more efficient. But I don't know, because I don't even know how much those technologies are used anymore. And PCSS is the NVIDIA technology, so on the one hand, that does mean NVIDIA will throw money at developers to use it. On the other hand, though, it's going to be somewhat closed, so it's not like you will see much development for it because only NVIDIA is going to be able to develop on it. Why would they? I mean, they'll do some, but why would they do anything that's really massive for it? You know, they just needed to work on their hardware acceptably. That doesn't mean it has to work exceptionally well. Alright, go back up. But yeah, I mean, one example of how NVIDIA is not necessarily developing these technologies in an optimal fashion would definitely be with Hairworks, which, you know, make sure we have the timeline correct here, is the response to TressFX, because AMD put together TressFX before Hairworks existed. And it... Sorry, I just need to scratch an itch. And when the... shit. When The Witcher, Witcher 3 came out, it used Hairworks, and... Well, it still does use Hairworks. But there was a significant performance hit when using it on all but 2, I think was NVIDIA GPUs. There might have been one other that were. No, what was just the 2 Maxwell 2.0, which would be, come on, the GTX 970 and the GTX 980. Even the Titan, because that was Kepler-based, couldn't do it because it couldn't handle the, I think it was 64x tessellation that forced. And thing is, CD Projekt Red really didn't have any issue with saying why there was the issue, that it's because of this and we can't control that. Okay, there's no point to being in here. Where the hell am I now? Okay, that was a little weird. But I think that's what was supposed to happen. But yeah, I mean, that was definitely a funny time, though, because CD Projekt Red, very, very respected game developer, is basically saying that, yep, that is a thing. and we can't do anything about it because Nvidia has this API closed unless you pay them. I think it was possible to pay to basically purchase the ability to work with the code, and they didn't want to do that, which isn't unreasonable. So eventually Nvidia had to change the API so that you could set what you want for the tessellation factor. But I do remember it was kind of interesting just because of how many people were saying, CD Projekt Red, come on, just give us, just put in the Tress effects. There we go. Just, you know, do that, because that'll work on everything and work well, and you can optimize it as you wish, instead of how AMD wishes. They did not do that. There was also a rumor at the time that we would see The Witcher 3 ported to DirectX 12, because that was... I don't remember if that was new or just newly discussed then. Like, I don't know if it was actually out yet, or if that was just, it was close enough that there was the whole, you know, oh, who's going to develop on this and who isn't, kind of things. Because it was also, Arkham Knight, there were rumors would get a similar, shit, get away from those things, would get a similar port to DirectX 12. That never happened. It's hardly surprising considering the many issues that game had on PC. And I do have that. At some point I would play that. That series is actually one that I've thought, you know, maybe I could try doing some recordings in. But I don't know. Because it's not exactly scary, so I don't know if having the heart rate monitor would be worth it. I mean, and I guess maybe the gaze tracker would be interesting, but I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know if I'm going to do that. I do want to play Arkham Knight at some point. It's just one of those that's on my list, but there's other things to do first. Among them is replaying The Witcher 3, now that I have a more powerful computer so I can run it in all of its beauty and at a high frame rate. Also, I feel bad that this is the case, but I have yet to play the DLC. I have them. I do have them. I at one point did buy the season pass for it, so I have them. I just haven't played them, and there's a part of me that's like, I'll just, you know, start a new game, and that way I can play them as part of the game instead of as a separate adventure afterward. Which I feel is appropriate, at least for some. I mean, not all games is that going to work for, and maybe that isn't quite accurate for The Witcher 3 to do it that way, but yeah, it's... I'm just trying to think, what is a good example of a game? Not Shadow of Mordor. Some aspects of that you can... Some of those aspects of this DLC would work for any time, but not all. Not all of them. Just Cause 3, that's actually a very good one. Very good example of a game that you can play that DLC basically whenever you want, and playing it early is probably a good idea. And that's also a game I want to return to. Not necessarily do a full playthrough of. Yeah, I just wanna do. think I'll work my way up to that. And then I'll stop there, at that save. But yeah, I mean, if I were to replay Just Cause 3, I would definitely try to do that DLC early. Because you get some really awesome stuff in that DLC. I think most importantly for me would be the lightning storm gun. I don't remember what it's called. Because once you get that thing upgraded, you've got basically unlimited ammo, and you can decimate anything with it. It's just wonderful. Plus, you can, if you want, get a jetpack for the wingsuit that also will fire machine gun or missiles. Well, it's not exactly or, it has them both. It's not an either or. But it's like, that would be awesome to have early on. And I know there's another game that's like that. I just can't think of it. It's just not entering my mind right now what it is. Where it's you can get access to stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's you. What was it? Hang on, I have another itch. Man, that's gonna irritate me for a while. Let's just try and remember what the name of that game is. And that does happen in some games too, where just you end up getting such wonderful loot or gear as a result of playing the DLC, and being able to do it whenever you want is very powerful. And part of what annoys me is that I want to say it was something where I even said, yeah, just play this DLC first because you'll get this or that. Which is a great advantage. Alright, yeah, let's get back to upping fidget. I'm using that enough, so... You know what? Hang on. Let me look over here at least. Yep, okay. See, I just had a feeling that there may be a closer save that's basically on my way. Yep, right here. That is perfect. And just out of curiosity, what is it? Okay. 5 3/4 hours, not bad. Alright. And with that, I will stop. And get this stuff set up so I can have it processing overnight. Alright, yeah. See you next time.